In this series, we give you a glimpse of the face of Jesus Christ taken from the shroud. In a moment, you'll hear an excerpt from John 6. Then we will reveal another mind-blowing fact about the burial shroud of Jesus and about the image on the cloth. Don't miss it.
The Jews then complained about him because he said, "I am the bread which came down from heaven."
Is not this Jesus, the son of Joseph, whose father and mother we know? How is it then that he says, "I have come down from heaven"?
Jesus therefore answered,
Do not murmur among yourselves. No one can come to me unless the Father who sent me draws him, and I will raise him up at the last day. It is written in the prophets, and they shall all be taught by God. Therefore everyone who has heard and learned from the Father comes to me. Not that anyone has seen the Father except he who is from God. He has seen the Father. Most assuredly I say to you, he who believes in me has everlasting life. I am the bread of life. Your fathers ate the manna in the wilderness and are dead. This is the bread which comes down from heaven, that one may eat of it and not die. I am the living bread which came down from heaven. If anyone eats of this bread, he will live forever. And the bread that I shall give is my flesh, which I shall give for the life of the world.
Straight from the bat, the shroud image of Jesus of Nazareth was confirmed in the early 1980s by more than 30 scientists as not being produced by an artist. The image is still a mystery to this day. The image's superficiality is so thin, it's 2 fibrils thick of a linen fiber. UV light or any liquid would go significantly deeper into the cloth. This leaves the probability of an artist producing this image next to zero. On the shroud, we see various X-ray properties, from the finger bones protruding back to the wrist, thumbs under the hand, teeth with roots showing, and back vertebrae. From a straightforward conclusion, we can say a crucified man that was crucified before 337 AD, when an edict to stop crucifixion was established, is most likely the cause of the image, as this either had to be an accident or a miracle. Such a miracle as great and glorious as the resurrection itself that could cause such an image if nuclear energy was involved. We can only surmise. However, if we were to put the evidence of the shroud in a court of law scenario, they would come to the conclusion it is the cloth that wrapped the historical Jesus of Nazareth, without jumping to the conclusion immediately that it was the resurrection that caused the image. This is why, as we may never solve this mystery, that we should have a scientific consensus that it is indeed authentic, and more research needs to be focused on determining whatever we can. We also need a church consensus from leaders and admit that all the evidence rules out completely a medieval forgery.